You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. I do not like to lose. I do not like to lose at all, and it sort of frustrates me when I do lose. So here's the thing, guys. When we live life, nobody wants to be classified as a loser. So you know what? I think about this, and people have got different definitions of what a loser is. Well, tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to start a series talking about one of the most important things about you. We're going to start talking about one of the most important things that you need to be thinking about in life, and that's your character. You need to be examining, you know what, who you really are. And that's the question I want you to think about for just a minute. Who are you really? I mean, yes, every one of us, we've got names, we've got places where we come from, we've got different things we're involved in, but I'm not even asking that. I want to ask you, what does the real you look like? I mean, think about this. You know what, sometimes we've got this tendency to put on a mask here, or put on an image here, and try to act a certain way when we're around different people. But I want to ask you, who is the real you? And are you allowing people to enjoy that? See, because what we're going to look at in this series, we're going to look at 3 different, very important characteristics that are involved in your character. And here's the thing. Throughout these next 3 weeks, I want to help you discover who you really are. You know, one of the biggest mistakes we can ever make is feeling like we have to change to meet everybody else's expectations. Because here's the thing, the only person that I want to be able to measure up to, the only person that I want to make proud is God. And I've realized this, that when we truly begin to come back to God and say, God, I want to be who you created me to be, it's amazing the people that He'll start surrounding you with. Anybody agree with me on that? Amen. So here's the thing, as we're going into this, I think if you can grab onto these 3 things, it really will change your life. But before we get into this too much, I want you to check out a video. We got one prepared for you guys tonight, and as they're getting it ready, you know, it may look like a typical football game. But what you're going to see here is something very, very special where, you know what, a football team full of guys that are trying to make a difference in the next step of their life, they just step aside and do something that's bigger than them. We got that video ready? All right, let's start it.
And he's wearing the number 22, guys. It is Jack Hoffman of Team Jack coming out of the field right now in this 4th down and short. For the red team, Jack Hoffman has been adopted really by this football team. A young man who has battled brain cancer is on the field right now in the hospital.
One more snap for Taylor Martinez, too, who will hand it off to Jack.
So Taylor gets the shotgun set, gives it to Jack. Here he goes. He's got blockers out front. There he goes, running the midfield. Listen to this crowd. Jack Hoffman.
He's wearing, you know, guys, as I was watching that video right there, here's the cool thing. This was a picture of a bunch of guys that, you know what, they're really trying to do everything they can to win over NFL scouts. These are some guys that, you know what, they work hard, they lift weights all through the year, but you know what, for this one occasion, they took a break and said, you know what, here's a boy that's got brain cancer. He may not live long. Let's make this a special day for him. To me, that says more than any $1 million paycheck could ever say about a person. I look right there and can you imagine how it made that little boy feel? Just to be able to step out on that field, get to score a touchdown, and hear an entire stadium just cheering for him. I can imagine the things that went through his mind knowing that he's got brain cancer and he's probably not going to live long. But he got to have that special moment. You know, guys, as I see people like that that's making things happen for them, you know, where I came from, it's an area called West Point. I saw that they actually did something for a young man up there here just this football season. And I think about this, and to me, guys, I start thinking, what does it look like to have a real win in life? How do I get to a place where I can really live a winning life for the win? And it's not necessarily trying to find the perfect job. It's not necessarily trying to find the perfect school. Or it's not necessarily, trying to be the best athlete in this sport. Even though, I'm going to say this, those things are important. You need to be thinking about your future work, your future education, all that stuff. But here's the thing that I want us to look at. The most important part of you winning, and this is going to be on the screen right here. The most important part of you winning in life is winning with your character. I can say this, you know what? You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not a person with true character, good character, you know what? What have you really won? I want to do a quick quiz with you guys, and it's going to be as easy as this. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Can everybody do that? Thumbs up? Oh, come on. That was weak, guys. Everybody thumbs up? Thumbs down. What I'm going to do is call out a few names, and I want you to tell me, just from what you know about these people, would you say that they have good character or not so good character? You ready? Tim Tebow. Okay? All right, listen up. I want you to think about this. Anyone that's been on The Bachelor. There's some that's been good and some that, yeah. Okay. All right, let's look at this. Next one. Martin Luther King Jr. All right. Next one. Jesus. Okay? And here, y'all ready for this? This is going to be a combo deal. Y'all ready for this? Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. All right, listen. Now, we had fun with that, but here's the thing I want to ask you now. I want you to think about this. Y'all look at me. Now, we got to offer our opinion to those people. I want you to think about this. What if I asked you to leave the room and we were to put your picture on the screen? I want to ask you, listen up, don't respond. I want you to think about this. What do you think people would say about your character? Listen up, guys, seriously. When we look at this, you've got to start thinking about this, because in life, you can make all the money. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and break this to you. You can have all the popularity in middle school and high school, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. It don't amount to anything, because here's the thing. 5 years after you graduate, 10 years after you graduate, you will probably never see 90% of those people ever again. And all the time, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. All the time that you invested in trying to be popular or try to get their approval, all of a sudden, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you're probably going to have to start over again. So here's the thing. You may not ever see them again, but I want to ask you, what are they going to remember about you? Because here's the thing, our reputations go way past all of our coolness points. So here's the thing I want us to look at. A few quick thoughts on character before we get to our main point today. Character is your foundation. Here's the thing, guys. Every decision you make flows out of your heart. Anytime that somebody says, man, I didn't mean to say that, I would really like to look at them and say, don't lie, because here's the thing. If you said it, it's coming out of your heart. There's been a lot of things that, some of us may struggle with our filter, but here's the thing. Taking filters away, you can learn a lot about people by the words that come out of their mouth. You can learn a lot about people by the way they behave. See, because character is your foundation. Get this, Matthew 12:34. This is what Jesus said. He said, for whatever is in your heart, it determines what you say. Your character is your foundation, guys, but even more than this, your character is automatic. See, you don't have to think about character. Your character is going to be something that pops out immediately. Your character reveals itself every day. Even right now, your character is showing itself. You hear me? Every one of you, even right now at this very moment, you are revealing your true character. You may ask, well, how am I doing that? It's all in how you compose yourself. It's all in how, when people are talking to you, how do you relate to those people? You reveal so much about your character just by living daily life. But here's the thing. You say that character is automatic, but building your character, maybe you can say, I don't really necessarily like all of my characteristics, so I'd like to become a better person. Well, here's the thing. Character may be automatic, but building your character is a day-to-day thing. Because get this right here. You are forming your character every single day. Who you want to be later in life, it starts today. If you want to see your life become better, if you want to go and change the world one day, it starts today with even how you're choosing to, I'm going to say, even treat this moment right here. Because here's the thing, the people that go and change the world one day, they've learned that they've got to make the most of every minute. They realize that, you know what, I can learn something from about any situation. So my question to you tonight is this: what kind of character do you want in life? Do you want to be that person that's living in such a way that you're living for the win? For the real win. The win that's going to count. Because here's the thing. You know, back whenever I was in high school, my senior year of high school, our football team and our volleyball team won the state championships. But you know what? If you were to go back to my hometown and ask everybody who played on that team, they might be able to mention one or two, but they don't remember. But I guarantee you right now, you can go back to my home school and you can ask around to people and say, hey, who are some people that stuck out in Addison's history, people that had true character? And they'll start rolling it off. That's the stuff that matters, students. So, as we get into tonight, I'm reminded of some of the stuff that I used to do. You know, because guys, I wasn't always worried about my character. There were some times that, you know what, that no joke, I was just worried about that moment. I've told you this story before, but some of you may not have heard it. Whenever I was little, I hated getting in trouble. I hated to get in trouble. So you know what, I would do about anything I could to get out of it if possible. I tried to always look like the angel kid. So what would happen a lot of times is, well, let me just give you one instance. We were in my room playing, and my brother was playing video games. He was a big gamer. I never was. I was like one, I'd like to get around and just do stuff. So I saw a ball, and I was like, okay, if I keep this thing hard enough, I can bounce it off that wall, and that wall. Has anybody ever done that? Well, here's the thing. I looked, and I made sure, I was like, okay, I don't see the ball. I'm good. So I go, and I kick it as hard as I can. It does so good. It goes bing, bing, boom, psh. Break a picture. It was awesome. It was awesome. But the only problem was, as soon as it went, psh, the door goes, ka-doom. Who did that? There was Mom. And I want to tell you something. If you don't know my mama, she's like a super mom. You don't mess with mama, because my mom, just to let you know how tough she is, she's the assistant manager of the lunchroom. You think lunch ladies can be tough and stuff? You ought to live with one. And man, mama said, who did it? And so you know what I said? Ross did it. At that time, Ross was like, did what? She gets him up, takes him into their room, and whips him. And yeah, I started thinking, I'm like, this could totally work. So I tried it a few times. Well, eventually my mom figured out sort of what I was doing, and let's just say this, she instilled in me the importance of character. I got the butt whipping of my life. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this, guys. I know you don't like it, but here's the thing. You know, I got whippings when I was young, and I turned out good. So, hey, it's okay. All right? So let's get this, though. At that point, I started thinking, you know what, maybe it's important to have some good character in my life. As a matter of fact, early in the Bible, when the people of Israel, they were looking for a new king. And this is what God said to their search committee. He said this, in 1 Samuel 16 and 7. I should have this up there. It says this, but the Lord said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height. Thank you, Lord. For I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. You know, students, one thing I always say at Loxley students is, please just, when you come in these doors, don't be fake. Just be real. If you got to struggle, that's okay. Because you know what? I've realized this, that whenever I first came to Jesus, I had a lot of junk in my life. And even since then, there's been times where I've done things that I regretted. But here's the thing, I've realized that God is able to change me when I just come up to Him and I just be real about my stuff. Whenever I just say, listen, God, I'm struggling with this, He's more able to look and say, well, hey, Ori, since you came to me about that, let me help you with that. Has anybody ever had some junk in your life and you really needed God to help, and when you finally just got real with Him, He started helping you? You just got to get real with Him. So let's look at this tonight. Right before we go into our community groups, I want you to realize this character is all about the heart, and tonight I want to go after this. I want to talk about integrity. Integrity. Now, the definition of integrity is this. Go ahead and pull that up. It's going to be that next slide. Integrity. It is the quality of being honest. Everybody say honest. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. So, first and foremost, a person of integrity is somebody who is really honest. They're straightforward about things. But I also love the second one. It's right here. It says, the state of being whole and undivided. I love that part that says undivided, because here's the thing. It projects this picture saying, what you see is what you get. This isn't a person that, you know what, they're a split personality. They're one way here and they're one way there. They are a real person. They're a person of integrity. So does that make sense what integrity is? Everybody clear on that? Does that make sense, guys? We good? So let's look at this. Let's dig into this real quick. I want you to think about this. Your integrity is tested when you get in circumstances like this, when you're at Walmart with your friends, and all of a sudden your best buddy gives you the hip check, knocks you into an aisle, and here's the thing, it's not just any aisle, it's the dish aisle. And when you fall over there, you knock a dish over and break it. Integrity is, okay, am I going to take responsibility for this, or am I going to be the person that just walks away and pretends like it didn't happen? Another time when your integrity is tested. Now here's the thing. Some of you are saying, well, I'd walk away. Well, it says a lot that you're a person with a lack of integrity. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So number two, let's look at this. Another instance. You're at a restaurant and the waiter gives you incorrect change. They actually give you too much change.